Hey, thanks for joining me for today's class. This is a heart opening, also a hip opening. You'll notice at the end I created a separate type of Shavasana that I think will really help open up the chest and put a little support underneath the back of the knees. So grab a couple blankets, 2 blocks, a yoga rope, and let's get started. So we'll begin actually in child's pose. And as you know, one of my favorites, have your knees really wide and spread apart from one another so that you can drop yourself down towards the floor. If your head does not reach the floor, then go ahead and get a block, or I have here 2 like beach towels. You can always throw a beach towel underneath your forehead. So reach your arms away and the forehead comes to the floor. Take a big breath in. Notice how your back body, because you've got more lungs, believe it or not, on your back than in your front. So notice how your back body will lift to take in the breath, to help you receive the breath, to enjoy the breath. And then as you exhale, extend your hands out a little further away from you. So you're opening up slightly through the top of the shoulders. Breathe in. And exhale, let the breath just go, dropping it out. One more breath here. Inhale. And then exhale, sending your hips back. And now roll yourself up into tabletop. Roll over your toes. And what we're going to do here is we're going to pull ourselves up into a downward facing dog. But we're going to do it with knees bent for this first one. And maybe for all of them for you. But keep your knees bent. Separate your feet. Let them be hip width. And then heels slightly out to the sides. And from here, you can create that same action that we did of lengthening in the child's pose. So you're really just allowing your ribs to lift on inhale. And then as you exhale, they pull back, and maybe you begin to walk your dog out. You can always do 1 foot at a time, bending one knee, stretching the other heel back. And if you do choose that, I want you to really pay attention. How does the back of the leg that's straight feel? How does the back of the leg feel as it moves to the other side? So just, keying into what you've got going on. Take another big breath in. And then as you exhale, float your shoulders over your wrists. Press back through the balls of your feet. Let the crown of your head lengthen forward. Take a full inhale here. And as you exhale, pull your elbows in and lower all the way down to the mat. So in order to open our hearts in back bending, we need to really have the opportunity to lengthen through the front line of the body and pull the upper spine in. So from here you can see I've got the belly of my forearm on the floor. Finger bones are spread wide, so as if the bones are moving away from one another. Tops of your feet are pressing back. You're really engaging your quadriceps, your thighs, and then draw your chest forward. Draw the sternum not just up, but forward and up. So I like to relabel things, and this is on our way to an upward dog, so I like to think about it as a forward and up dog. Big breath, inhale, and then exhale, drop it down, put your head on the floor, take a big breath in, and exhale the breath out. Now we're going to do a cobra, and I'd like you to draw your fingers right next to or underneath your shoulders. And then you'll have some weight in your hands, but not a ton. Squeeze your elbows together and lift up. Lift up until you feel like the muscles in the middle back are actually activated. Because that's really important when we want to open the front line of the chest. Take a big breath in, lift up a little more, and then exhale, drop it down. One more time. Inhale, lift up a little bit. Squeeze the elbows towards one another. And then exhale, put your forehead down on the floor. Now take your right arm and have your forearm parallel to the top of the mat. Bend your left leg. If you can't, if you just reach in the foot, it just ain't happening, then use a yoga strap and you can grab hold of the foot with the yoga strap. Otherwise, you're going to take hold of your foot. You can move your hand to the inside of your foot if you want a little more opening through the front of the chest, the pectoralis. Draw your right forearm closer to your chest. And then attain that same lift up for the Sphinx and the Cobra that we just did. But now you're introducing a little opening in the hip flexor. Squeeze open through the right shoulder. Breathe. Notice how the left hip is lifting up a little bit. That's okay, as long as it feels healthy. If it feels like aggressive, get out of there. It's not worth it. But you want it to feel like a healthy stretch. Now you can draw your foot a little closer to your left butt. And that's fine if that feels okay. That's more of a quadricep stretch, which is still important. So 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Last big breath. Inhale. And exhale. Release the left leg. Switch hands. So you're going to have your left forearm running parallel to the top of the mat. Bend your right leg. And it might be different on this side. But start with, this side you might have more room or less room. You might not need a strap, or you might. I like to start with my hand on the inside of my foot, because then I'm opening the pectoralis muscle. So those are the muscles that run laterally across the top of the chest, underneath the breast tissue. Breathe in. Draw your forearm a little closer to you if you like. Lift the chest up a little bit more. Another full breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Bring the hand around to the pinky side of your foot. Draw your left knee back. I'm sorry, I said your left knee. Draw your right knee back. Open a little bit more. Good. 2 more breaths. You're really allowing the quadriceps to stretch at the same time you're opening the chest. Last big breath here. Inhale. Really good. Exhale and release it. Both hands down. Sway your feet side to side. Side to side. You're like crisscross applesauce is fun. And then let's build an upward dog. So we're just going to place your hands underneath you so that your fingertips are lining up with the shoulders. And then pull yourself up and back. Keep a bend in the elbow to begin. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades together. Maybe you lift up a little bit more. And then come on down. Spin your cheek to one side. Take a full breath in. Exhale the breath out. Now let's go again. And this time we're going to hold it in. We're going to continue to inhale till we get to 8. So inhale with me, and you can lift up a little higher if you like. You can lift your thighs off of the floor. Tops of the feet stay on the floor. Here we go. Inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep inhaling. 4. Lift the chest. 3. Lift the head. 2 and 1. Exhale. Drop your knees. Come into a child's pose. Send energy and breath to your low back. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale it out. Let's come forward 1 more time for the upward dog. So you can do a upward dog with the thighs on the floor. That's fine. It's a little more restful. If you want a more intense one, you're going to be on the tops of your feet. Knees are off the floor. Thighs are off the floor. I don't like to look up to the sky, because if you have any upper neck tension, it's only going to aggravate it. So keeping your head looking straight, your chin relatively parallel to the floor, is a better idea for most of us. Take another big breath here, and then as you exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Good job. Big breath in. Long breath. Just let it go. Let it out. And another full breath. Inhale. And exhale. Good. So let's step the right foot forward. Come up as if you were going to do a warrior 2. And then what we're going to do, actually, given the purpose of today's class, take your back hand, reach it around you. So it could be at your sacrum, your low back, or maybe you bind it and you bring it all the way into the top of the right thigh, and then lift your left arm up and back. So what you're doing there is you're getting a beautiful stretch through the side ribs, intercostals. Lift up, tailbone's heavy. Breathe, inhale, and you're also opening the shoulder. Exhale, tailbone, drop it. One more breath, inhale. Really good. Exhale, both hands down, drop your left knee to the mat. Sweep both arms up to the ceiling. Breathe in, look up. Exhale, stretch against the exhale. One more breath, inhale. Dropping that left pelvis forward, and exhale it out. Both hands either side of your front foot. Roll over your back toes. Come to a high plank, a low plank, upward dog, a breath in, and downward dog. Roll over your toes, breath out. Good. I'm going to reverse where I am, but you stay where you are. I'm in downward dog now. Big breath in, and a long breath out. Left foot steps forward as if you were coming into warrior two. So reach yourself up, find a warrior two, and then take your back arm, sweep it behind you any amount, and then lift the left one up and back so that you can feel this gorgeous stretch through the side of your body. It's so delicious to really release all that tension. Big breath here. Open a little more. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Nice, you guys. Exhale, high plank, low plank, upward facing, inhale, and downward facing dog. As you exhale, shake your head side to side. Big breath in, long breath out. Very good. Two more breaths here. Inhale, exhale. That's it. Last big breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Step your right foot forward. Come into a warrior one. Inhale. Lift your arms up. Baby back bend. Tailbone's heavy. Drop and press into the right heel. And then hands come right to your heart center. And we're going to bring it down. So if you like to pad your knee, you can. As I mentioned, I have some towels here. You can use a blanket. So placing your knee, so you want to create this like King Arthur thing going on. So your left hip is directly above the left knee, left toes are flat on the floor, right heel is directly beneath the right knee. And then lift both arms up to the ceiling. Draw your pelvis strongly forward. Inhale, you're opening that psoas there. Exhale, one more breath, inhale. And then take hold of the belly of your left forearm, and I want you to draw your left bicep over your left ear. Take 3 more big breaths here. So the pelvis continues to roll under. Inhale. Exhale, drive down through the right heel. Inhale. Exhale, last big breath. Inhale. Really good. Exhale it out. Let's come on up. Right into a downward dog. Take a full breath in. Shake your head side to side, letting it go. We're going to just switch sides, simply switching sides. So left foot comes forward. Come into a warrior one on the left side. Arms reach up. Breath in. Release the toes. Inhale. Get taller and longer through the armpits. Feel the elevation of the ribs towards your arms, armpits. Lengthen up, maybe look up, and then bring your hands down. We're coming right into King Arthur on this side. So you want to set it up right. If you don't feel this, it's often because there's this going on, like you're forward of your hips. So you want your torso directly above. Your left knee is straight down, right underneath the left hip. Your right knee is straight down, right underneath the right hip. Your left knee is right above the left heel. Then lift up with both arms. Feel the lengthening as you draw your hips forward, as if you're trying to press them into the wall in front of you. But of course they're not going to go there because you're not going to move your feet. Keep reaching, lift up, and then go ahead and take the belly of your right forearm and draw the right ear and bicep towards one another. Keep moving yourself forward. Keep dropping that left hip down because the left hip's going to want to kind of pick itself up, but don't let it. Reaching, lengthening. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Good. See what's in there. So you're just clearing out the stuck stuff. You're making space for something new. Exhale. Last big breath. Inhale. Really good. Exhale it out. Come into a high plank. You can move your if you used a blanket or a towel underneath you, or just move it away. Low plank, upward dog, and pause. Inhale, breathe in. Really good. Exhale, downward facing dog. I'm practicing with the windows open today, and it's so lovely. It's beautiful out. Draw your heels a little bit away from one another. Pull your abdomen into your spine. Take another full breath. Inhale. And exhale. Come up onto the balls of your feet and then come up to the top of the mat. So we're going to reroute and take our Shavasana. What I'd like you to do is to take one blanket and place it rolled up underneath the back of your knees. If you don't have 2 blankets, you can go ahead and use a yoga block at a lower setting. And then of the other blanket or pillow, you want to place that thicker so that it supports not just your head, but also the back of your neck. And we'll lay down, rearranging your body so that you can feel very relaxed in this pose. So feet are out to the sides. I put my socks on because that's cozy. But do what feels great for you. And then make sure that that blanket or pillow is coming right to the top of your shoulders so that your neck also gets the support. Then your hands can be on your abdomen or even alongside you, which is a more classic Shavasana. If you feel like you want a little more grounding, I'm going to recommend you grab yourself a block, place it on your abdomen, on your lower abdomen. That helps the vagus nerve get the physical message that we're relaxing here. And then you'll just spin your palms up to the ceiling, shimmy one shoulder and then another so your shoulder blades come together, your clavicle bones open, and then your mind can settle deeply into this moment, into this pose. Full breath in. As you let the breath go, feel your whole body reaching a little closer to the floor. Ask yourself if there's anything that's misaligned or that needs a little tweak so that you can really drop down so that your nervous system can relax. You may hear things around you, people or animals in your house or outside of the house. So use whatever noises you hear in an ambient way as additional emphasis and fodder for going deeper into your relaxation here. Letting your body wisdom reclaim your consciousness and allowing you this opportunity to deeply rest.
First, you may rest longer, or if your body feels restored, you can remove the block or blanket. Bend both knees, tip over to one side.